We have the ability to let our voices be heard and break the dam of silence.
What's up, everybody? Truth Seeker here. Corey Feldman has been trying to expose the identities of the Hollywood pedophiles who abused him and Corey Haim for years. The actor recently announced that he was working on a plan to publicly name and shame these powerful Tinseltown moguls, despite numerous attempts on his life by insiders trying to silence him. On Monday, however, the full list of Hollywood pedophiles was leaked online. HenryMacow.com reports in December of 1993, Feldman met with Santa Barbara County sheriffs in California and recorded a deposition naming his attackers. Authorities, however, did nothing about it, as they were too busy trying to build a case against pop music icon Michael Jackson, and Feldman's case did not fit into that agenda. He faces daily criticism for not naming his attackers, but it is frustrating because he has already done so and gotten nowhere. He appeared on ABC's The View in 2013 to talk about Hollywood's pedophilia and was harshly admonished by hostess Barbara Walter for doing so.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
And that they're still in this business?
Yes.
That's what, and that's what you were saying in your book. When you talk to when you talk to
They
parents,
don't want me here right now. Trust
Corey,
me. They want me dead.
there are a lot of parents out here who want to put their kids in this business. Their kids are cute, they're great actors. Da, da, da. What would you say to a parent who just has the best of intentions, who's coming here with their child? If you're saying that there's a lot of predators in this industry.
It's a many-feathered bird, okay? Be careful what you wish for. That's what I'll tell you. You know, don't go into it with naivety. Don't go into it thinking that it's all roses and sunglasses and
You're damaging an entire industry.
Don't go into it thinking that it's all roses and sunglasses and
You're damaging an entire industry.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to say that it's a very important, serious topic.
You said that there was one gentleman in the industry who did not take advantage of you. He was not a pedophile. You said it was Michael Jackson.
Of all people.
Feldman has started a campaign to raise money to make a film that will expose the pedophilia that takes place in Hollywood. So who are Feldman and pal Corey Haim's abusers? In his biography, Choreography, a memoir, he identifies to them using pseudonyms as Tony Burnham, Ron Crimson, Ralph Kaufman, and Bill Kaufman, but their actual names are as follows. Experts are from the book. Tony Burnham is actually Dominic Brassara Sr. I met some older actors, two in particular. Tony Burnham, an overweight character actor in his 20s, who I recognize immediately from Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Tony must have thought of Haim as his boyfriend, still thought erroneously and ridiculously that because Haim wanted it, the abuse had not been Tony's fault. Ron Crimson is actually C. John Grimson. I had taken some pills, some concoction that Ron had made up. Ron came over and sat down next to me, a XXX magazine in his hands. Ron started touching me, reaching across my thigh to the crotch of my pants. He unbuttoned my pants and took out my He pushed me on the bed and took me in his mouth. When I woke up, he was on me, touching me, tugging on the zipper of my pants. I realized it was happening again. Ron was still having his way with me. Surely Ron wouldn't attempt to sodomize me with his own mother in the house. He would. Under Ron's tutelage, my drug use has progressed quickly. I'm doing coke constantly with Ron. Ron is pushing me to try crack. Dream a Little Dream is filming in Washington, North Carolina. I've already been here once to assist with location scouting, but now I'm back checking into my room at the Shell Island Resort. Ron is with me, still acting as my assistant. By the time filming ends, he'll have scored his second cameo in one of my movies. I managed to get him a small role in License to Drive as well. I wake up, Ron is at me, tugging on my pants. The next snippet right here says Ralph Kaufman is actually Alfie Hoffman, aka Alfie Rivas. Ralph Kaufman, the great casting director of Paramount, who had placed me in the Bad News Bears. Ralph put me on a porno. He took a seat next to me on the couch. I passed out on the bed. When I woke up, Ralph was on me, exactly the way Ron had been. Ralph and Bill had been working together, coursing young men into their home. I was just the latest in a series of boys to be groomed. Feldman was on NBC's The Today Show Monday, October 30th. He said that one of his abusers used to run a club for kids and now works for the LA Dodgers.
Of the Harvey Weinstein sex scandal, Corey Feldman is on a mission, as he describes it, to clean up Hollywood. And it's taking on new meaning given those new allegations against Kevin Spacey that we talked about a little earlier. Feldman, a former child star, is trying to raise $10 million to fund a documentary that he says will expose a ring of pedophiles in the movie industry. We'll talk to him exclusively in a moment, but first, his latest effort to tell his story.
We have the ability to let our voices be heard and break the dam of silence.
Corey Feldman once again opening up about the dark side of the spotlight. In a new YouTube video, the former child star vowing to expose a ring of Hollywood pedophiles who he claims abuse thousands of children.
I can name 6 names, one of them who is still very powerful today.
Feldman posting the video after launching an online campaign aimed at raising $10 million to fund his plan to reveal what he calls the truth.
I propose to do this by making a film that'll be the most honest and true depiction of child abuse ever portrayed, by telling my own story in a very real way.
We're fighters for truth, justice, and the American way.
A 1980s teenage heartthrob, Feldman became best known for his roles in movies like The Goonies, The Lost Boys, and Stand By Me.
Keep me on TV. Sure, we'll be heroes.
But along with the fame, Feldman says he learned firsthand about Hollywood's big secret, a secret he tried to reveal without naming names.
I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. And they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business. And children aren't supposed to handle that sort of stuff.
Humiliation. I know, I've been through it. But that's all over now.
Feldman has long claimed as young actors he and fellow child star Corey Haim were molested by older men in the entertainment industry. Allegations he also wrote about in his 2013 memoir, Choreography.
I've been living in fear and been living with this my entire life.
This is very personal for you.
Yes,
it's very emotional. It's something you've talked about for years. Let me start by asking you, how prevalent is what you're talking about in Hollywood today?
I believe there's a lot of darkness in Hollywood right now, and I believe it's been there for quite some time. And as we've seen with the Harvey Weinstein scandal, it continues to unfold. New names come forward every day. Now there's names of misconduct with Kevin Spacey, with this, child actor who came forward today. It's going to continue unraveling. This is just the beginning. It's just the tip of the iceberg. So everything you're seeing is building up to what I believe is going to be a dam breaking open.
So let me talk. And you've just told me that this is still prevalent in Hollywood. So every day you wait, every day you try to raise money, I would imagine you believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
Who you said, by the way, did not abuse you.
Who Michael was innocent, and that was what the interview was about with the police in 1993. I told them he is not that guy, and they said, well, maybe you just don't understand your friend. And I said, no, I know the difference between pedophiles and somebody who's not a pedophile because I've been molested. Here's the names. Go investigate. And let me push this forward. There are thousands of people in Hollywood who have this same information. Why is it all on me? Why is it if I don't release the names in the next 2 months, 6 months, or a year, I'm the bad guy? I'm the victim here. I'm the one who's been abused. I'm the one who's trying to come forward and do something about it.
But
hold on, please, I'm sorry. There are thousands of people out there, Matt, who have this information. Any one of those child actors that went to the teenage soda pop clubs with me when I was a kid know who those people are and the people who ran it. Anybody can go back through history and look at the teen magazines and say, what was the name of that venue they were all promoting and who ran that venue and who endorsed it?
You've said you've had death threats.
Yes.
Because you have this information and have threatened to expose it. Another reason, I think, to go to police, that's a crime to threaten someone's life.
I've gone to the police with that as well.
And what would be wrong with going to the police now again Didn't work out in Santa Barbara.
There's a statute of limitations, Matt, in the state of California, which protects people. It's not that way in New York. It's that way only where the movie industry is, conveniently enough, in California. That's the seriousness of this. You cannot, because if I were to go to the police, I would be the one who's getting sued. Henceforth, I need a team of lawyers and I need a team of security to be around me at all times to keep me safe so I can get this message done.
Real
I'm not playing around. It's serious stuff, and I vow I will release every single name that I have any knowledge of, period. And nobody's going to stop me this time, as long as people support this.
From Feldman's book, Ralph Kaufman's Club was a private social space for famous teens. Look at Alfie Hoffman's Twitter. Now deleted but archived here. See also online searches for Alfie's Soda Pop Club Skyrocket. Nothing but LA Dodgers. Bill Kaufman is actually Robert Bobby Hoffman. I developed a natural, easy rapport with the head of television casting, a sweet little old man whom I will call Bill Kaufman. Ralph used to tell us that Bill Kaufman was actually his stepdad, the one who had helped get Ralph into the business. None of that turned out to be true. Bill Kaufman wasn't Ralph's stepdad. Bill Kaufman was Ralph's lover. Together, Ralph and Bill had been working together, coursing young men into their home. I was just the latest in a series of boys to be groomed. Other suspected abusers include Martin Marty Wise II and Robert David Bob Villard. Surrounding us are Marty Wise, arrested in 2011 for committing lewd acts on a child, and Bob Villard, indicted in 1987 on child pornography charges and convicted in 2001 of a misdemeanor for child pornography possession, pleaded no contest in 2005 to committing lewd acts on a child. It is frankly rather creepy. I wish I had understood the significance then, before everything that was about to happen. David Nixie, Corey Haim, stated that he was 14 and his molester was 42 when the abuse first took place. Lucas was filmed in 1985 when Haim was 14. Nixie produced it and was 42 at the time of the filming. In 1979, Nixie produced The Bad News Bears, starring Corey Feldman, who stated that the person who molested Haim is still a Hollywood mogul. Nixie is a production manager for Justin Bieber and a movie producer. So, I mean, this is some pretty detailing information. Literally just cracked the code on what all these names were. I mean, this ain't all of them, but this is the majority of the ones that he was mostly around. Stuff like this in Hollywood has just been going on for a long, long time. And I imagine this probably went all the way back to Shirley Temple's time. This is something that's been really huge in Hollywood. And now that we got people that's actually still alive and actually talking about it right now, unfortunately Hames isn't alive right now, but Feldman, his best friend, is speaking out for him and for himself and all the other children that's involved in Hollywood. It's one big giant ring, and the world needs to wake up to it. Every single time that you're sitting there watching those movies and everything, just think you're funding this. I know it's not something anybody wants to fund. It's definitely not something anybody wants to fund. And so I think if you guys want a better Hollywood, then I think they need to crack down on all this, and then they need to be a lot more transparent with every single thing they do, and the parents need to be involved with the child actors. Because this has just got to stop. I don't understand how this keeps going, but you know there's going to be more and more actors coming forward. Corey's been talking about this for years, and hopefully this helps him a little more. And definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below on what you think about all this, and thanks for watching, everybody. We also now officially opened up our online web store. You can now get Seeking the Truth t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other accessories. This will definitely make a great gift idea, and every purchase will help out this channel. The link is in the description below.
Hey everyone, this is Josh from Seeking the Truth. As you may know, that YouTube has actually been through a crisis with a lot of the ad networks now. So us content creators are actually having a pretty hard time now trying to make a decent living with just the YouTube channel itself. So if you are able to support our channel at our Patreon address, you can just go to it right here at the top. And you can make a pledge. $1 would be fine. $1 a month, $2 a month, a cup of coffee. You know, like Christopher Green would say, the price of a cup of coffee would help keep this continuing on. And a shout out to all the people that are already supporters. And I will be glad to throw every new supporter also into the video end credits. And it would just help us out so much. Thanks, everybody.
Please subscribe to our channel, like our video, and comment below. And we'll see you on the flip side. Peace! And don't forget to click the notification bell